to another review. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about a fragrance that was released in the year 2012. It's one of my favorite series. It's a flanker of one of my favorite fragrances. We're talking about Boss Bottled Sport. Now, Boss Bottled Sport, again, released in 2012. The fragrance comes in two main sizes. It comes in a 3.3 and a 1.6 or 1.7. The 3.3 is going to run you about, I think it was like $67 retail, and the 1.7 is going to run you about $40 retail. Look around, you can find this one heavily discounted on some discount sites. So try not to buy this one retail. It's one of the rare times that I'll actually mention that. Buy this one if you can from one of the discount sites because you can get a pretty good deal from a pretty reputable place. Now, I don't like to mention where, so please don't ask me because I don't like to endorse people or endorse places from this, but just do some searching online. Use Google, it's your friend, you'll find some places, all right? So let's go ahead and start off with the notes of this fragrance. The notes of this fragrance consist of, at our top, we've got grapefruit and aldehydes. For our mid, we have lavender and cardamom. And for our base, we have vetiver. So, I'm always excited to really smell these fragrances from Boss Bottled. And the reason being is Boss Bottled, or from the house of Hugo Boss. Boss Bottled is one of my favorite fragrances. Boss number 6, Boss Bottled, it just holds, I use it every year. It's always in my rotation. It's one of the most solid fragrances that I have. And for a designer fragrance, I've got a lot of mileage out of the sucker. At this point, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be buying it again when I run out. So, it's really something to behold, but that's really why I'm always eager to review the flankers of this fragrance, and I've been meaning to get a hold of this fragrance for a while now. Now this one, it starts off as, I know it has grapefruit in the top, but it really comes off to me as lemony. Grapefruit is really one of my favorite fruits, and it really just doesn't smell like grapefruit. It comes off as lemony and aldehydic, or with aldehydes. I am not the biggest fan of aldehydes in fragrances, and the initial spray and the initial, sitting on my skin, I really don't like for this fragrance. I put it on and I was like, oh, I'm not going to like this one, and I did not like it going through. But I let it develop on my skin, give it some time, and after about 2 hours, it starts to become a little bit more manageable to me. It starts to become more of a vetiver scent, more of a citrus scent. The aldehydes go away. You're left with more like a vetiver lemony scent that really does smell pleasant on my skin. It remains on my skin that way pretty much throughout till the lemon kind of loses itself and it becomes just kind of like this woody fragrance with a little bit of spices coming from the cardamom. So despite that bad opening, to me it turns into something that becomes a little bit more manageable for that. I go about 3 sprays with this fragrance. I think this is a good fragrance for summer because of the fact that this one does not have any power to it at all. It's got very poor power on that. I probably say, when I say below average, I'm talking about like maybe 3 to 4 hours is what I'm getting for this scent. After about 3 to 4 hours, it's gone, and that's all she wrote. It's gone off my skin, and nobody can smell anything on me. That's it. It's a good casual fragrance, and it's a good work fragrance for that. But I wouldn't wear it, going out on the town. I wouldn't wear it as, for a significant other or anything like that. It just doesn't have any of the qualities that I'm looking for in a fragrance to really suit those, scenarios. I think this is a good fragrance for any age group, but if I'm to focus on one age group, I'd probably say this would be a good fragrance for a younger generation, just because it does kind of have like this uplifting zip vibe to it with the aldehydes in the opening of the fragrance. But I just told you I can't stand aldehyde, so I'm a little bit biased on this fragrance for that. All right. Compliment wise, I did not get any compliments with this one. This one was devoid of compliments, unfortunate to say. And when I had people smell it, the reason why I'm recommending it for younger people, because I did notice a divide. Younger people liked it, older people not so much. And that was just the opening of the fragrance. They didn't get really a chance to smell the dry down of it, so just take that and keep that in mind. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and give this fragrance a rating. I give this fragrance a rating of 5 out of 10. It gets a 5 out of 10 right down the middle. It starts off as, to me, a little bit unbearable, but it turns into a pretty decent fragrance. It's not that versatile. I find the fact that it only lasts in the summer and really projects itself in the summer a little bit limiting. I don't really think you can use it for any of the other months because it just doesn't really fit the vibe, and it also doesn't have the power to go along with any colder type of weather. It really does pretty decently in hot weather, but outside of that, you're going to be struggling. In terms of scent itself, like I said, I like the dry down or the mid phase and the dry down, but I'm not a fan of the top. And for that reason, when we're talking about scent, there are other scents that kind of do the similar thing that I think do it a lot better than Boss Bottled Sport does. There are definitely better sporty fragrances out there, and despite the fact that you can find this for cheaper than most other fragrances go, I still think that you're better off going with most other sport fragrances because they're just better fragrances overall. All right. That said, give this one a shot. See how you like it. All right. Thank you guys. Take care of yourselves, and you guys have a great day.